Hey, how's she going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's workshop. Got a maintenance chore again. Hey, lots of maintenance to do in the springtime, right? My generator, it's a Champion 6500 watt power generator. We use it a lot, especially through the winter when we lose power. And anyways, it's time for maintenance on that, so we're gonna do a little maintenance. Let's go check it out. So I put the generator up on my pender lift, and as you notice over here, I've raised the right side of the generator, put it up on a 2x4, because we're going to come around here and reach in under there and take the drain plug out. So I have a tray under the generator ready to catch the oil. So we're going to drain the oil first. I've already run the generator for probably 10 minutes to warm it up so that the oil would come out easier, I hope. I hope my tray, the motor holds about 1.5 liters of oil, so I hope my tray can hold 1.5 liters. If not, I'll have some big cleanup to do. And as always, I like just to check the plug. Other than being dark, the oil seems to be fine. So while the oil is draining, I'm going to take our plug out of here. It's a little hard coming out here, this plug, but I think that's because the socket is rubbing on the side there of the shield. There. So there's my plug. See, that looks good, eh? Nice. It's a gray color. The electrode in the middle, it's a nice and you know, a good color, gray. That tells me that the engine is burning well, not burning any oil, not burning too hot, working good. So although that plug still looks to be in good shape, I'm going to change it and upgrade it to an NGK spark plug. So here's my NGK. It's a BPR6ES. So we'll put that in. It's been gapped to 30 thou. Alright, we'll put our boot back on here. So I think our oil is finished draining. So one other thing I want to do is I want to check my air cleaner right here. The air cleaner, it's just a foam element and there's oil impregnated in it. So I'm going to go and clean this up with some cleaner. So what I have is just a little jug. I put like waste gas and diesel and cleaning solvents in this and just save it. So I just put, I don't know, a couple inches in the bottom of this little top here. So then I'll just sort of wash this sponge filter out in that. Basically what this does is it, because it's oil impregnated, I think what it does is it ends up flushing all the dirty oil out of the filter. The oil, the dust tends to stick to the oil. And then we'll take this, squeeze it out real good. Then I'm just going to put that outside on the bench and let it dry up a little bit before I put oil in it and put it back in the generator. Another problem I had with my generator this past winter was, I went to start it one day and it was cold and the battery wouldn't start it. The battery died on me, so I had to use the pull starter, which was alright. The pull starter worked good. But I'm just going to take this battery out now and test it. This is the original battery that came in it, and the generator is quite old, so if the battery was bad, it certainly wouldn't owe me anything. A little bit of corrosion on that terminal too. That might be some of my problem. The ground terminal wasn't corroded, but the positive terminal was. I guess we don't have to take that one right out. Okay, let's take this over on the bench. Alright, it's the original battery, CPE, Champion Power Equipment. So just clean her up a little bit here. Just examining it. Sometimes when your battery, say, if the charge goes down on it, especially in the cold weather, the charge goes down and then it freezes, the sides will be pushed out a little. But that one looks pretty good. Anyway, I have my battery tester here, my NOCO battery tester, and I have a video on this. I'll put a link to that video down below. So we'll set her up like this. So put the negative lead on the negative terminal, of course, the positive on the positive terminal. That looks good, and my battery reads 12.8, which is good. So now we do a test. And it clicks right over to bad. So I have another battery here. This is what I bought one time. I wasn't planning on using it for the generator, but it is exactly the same size. So I'm just going to test this battery because I didn't expect my the battery to test bad. So we'll hook this on here. So this is reading 12.8 volts. Let's test this one. And that one tests weak. It tests weak, but I find with these low amperage batteries, it'll often test weak and it'll still indicate that it's good. So I think for now, I'm going to put this battery in. So this is a little bit more powerful battery anyway, so I'm going to add that one to it. Okay, one other thing I wanted to address while I was here is I have some memory cloth, and I want to just clean up the battery terminals. Because with the low amperage of these batteries, any kind of corrosion at all can cause you some grief. So we'll just clean them up while we're here, right? And because this battery was an exact replacement for what we had, I was lucky that way. Alright, so my negative cable is going to go on here. And before I attach this, I'm going to put a little Vaseline on them because I don't know, Vaseline, I must be old school or something, but I think Vaseline is, especially on electrical connections, it's a great way to prevent corrosion from causing you grief. So I'll just put a little on there. There we go. Doesn't look too bad, eh? So a little bit more Vaseline now on the positive terminal. Okay, now I'll put this boot on. That one goes on a lot better. And then we'll just tuck those in under there. Okay, we may as well add some oil now. And the specs say it takes 1.1 liter. There's a dinky little funnel here, so I'm just going to go slow with the oil. So, you know, you got to run to the washroom. Now's the time to do it. It'll be a while. Painfully slow, I must say. So now that's saying there that it's about halfway up the stick now with oil. Don't know if you saw that or not before I wiped it off, but it's up to about here with oil. Okay, one chore left to do is put some oil on my air filter. I don't know how much to put on the air filter sponge, but you know, I think that's going to be enough. And then work that in good, maybe a little on this side. And I'm just using regular 10W30 oil. You don't want to put so much oil on there that it drips out, but you want to put enough in there that it's going to trap the air, the dust particles. So just this sponge just sits in here, and then the cover goes on with a couple of clips, one at the bottom. And that's it. Alright, so to start it, we have to put the choke on, and then we just start it. Once it starts, you take the choke off. So that sounds like it's running good. I'm going to put a load on it now. I had an electric heater here for a load. So I like to just let it run till the carburetor's dry with gas like it is now. Leave the gas turned off while I store it. Well, I say this so many times, having the maintenance done on a piece of gear, it's always a nice feeling, makes you feel good. Especially the generator, because the generator is important around here when the power goes out, because we could be like a day or two before it gets restored, because we're kind of remote here where we are in central Nova Scotia. But lots of times the power comes back pretty quick, but still in all, you never know, it could be days. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. Kind of embarrassed that it was 2 years since I did my maintenance on my generator. Something as important as that. But it was. But now she's good. If you're new to the channel, welcome. So I'm glad you dropped by. And for my regular viewers, thank you. You're so great for the channel. And I sure appreciate it. Hope everyone has a great week. Stay safe. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments. And we'll talk to you.